Well, I will not say that I've completely conquered myself and I never get lazy or I never get tired or I never procrastinate, but I would say that I'm way better than I was before and I've actually consciously worked on it. I'm handling a couple of projects along with my full-time job. Before, I could never even think about doing all of this. I would just lie in bed, read Wattpad all day, every day. So these are the tips that I personally applied on myself, which got me a bit better day by day and which has led me to how I'm currently living right now. And life's been good, is all I can say. Look, I have found myself doom scrolling when I'm overwhelmed with the task that I'm given, or I have nothing better to do. I'm not feeling motivated to do anything even though I have plenty of tasks lined up. I don't get the encouragement or the motivation to start doing them. But the tip that I follow currently is that even if you want to doom scroll, you have to first build up the intention of what you want to watch. Consciously build up the intention that yes, I'm leaving work because I want to watch memes. Yes, I'm leaving work because I want to watch XYZ. When I consciously put in that effort, I was like, yo, why would I want to watch memes? I have a huge task lined up right now. I should work on that. I have learned to cut back on it tenfold, I would say. If I go onto social media, I go on with intention that I want to watch cat videos. I will watch that, maybe a few edits, maybe, and then I will just leave. So you have to consciously go on social media or YouTube. It will not disappear at once, but look, we are being realistic right now, okay? It will not happen all at once, but you will cut back on it a lot. And before you know it, you will just stop doing it altogether. And if you do want to watch something for hours, then just watch a movie or drama. That's much better than taking in many different infos and it just wrecks your brain and the dopamine releases. So if you do want to watch, if you do want to procrastinate, then just watch an anime or series. Focus on one thing at one time. You know, I have made a note near my bed, I'll show you, which I've had to stop scrolling. So I'm always, in that area when I'm scrolling and I just see the note and I just exit my social media. It's super effective, so have that note around wherever you sit and watch your videos. So when you look into that, you will be like, okay, I don't want to watch it. I'm telling you, when I adopted this mindset, it's a day and night difference in your life. For most things in your life, you will need to do first and then think later, except for the major decisions like who you're going to marry and what career you're going to pick, what job you're going to get into. Other than these things, for the majority things in your life, you don't need to think so much. You don't need to analyze or research beforehand so much. You just need to get into it. And along the line, you will understand. What I think is that we all procrastinate majority of the time because we are so overwhelmed with the task that we are so scared that we need to do all of this research before we get into it. But 90% of it is not even necessary. Just see a few things, get into it, and along the line you will understand. That same goes for business too. If it's a small scale business and you just want to start something, you have no experience in it, just pick something and get into it. The basics of all businesses are practically the same. Yes, you will get knocked over a couple of times, but that's still better than just not starting at all. I was the kind of girl that would watch so many articles and that would watch so many videos before I could even think about pursuing that thing. But now my nickname is like, spontaneous girl, because I just get into it. I read a few things, I just get into it. I get my hands dirty and I learn a lot of things. It's a day and night difference. It's as if you're explaining what an ocean is to someone that has never even seen water, and you're just reading books about what an ocean is like. You have never even seen the water. So it's useless to prepare so much. You have to just get into it and you will understand when you're on the way, okay? If you have a goal and then you need to achieve that, all of your focus is on the goal, not the process on how you will achieve it, which is the most important part in any goal that you make. How you're going to reach there in a way that's sustainable, that's realistic. If you're obsessing over the result, you will neglect all the journey and what you're going through because you're so hyper focused on the goal. You just need to say, okay, I want to learn English. What is the best way to learn it? How can I learn it in a way that's fun and the journey feels effortless? We're talking about weight loss. You have to say to yourself, I want to lose weight. That isn't a goal itself, not X amount of weight, not in this year, that year. No, I just want to lose weight and live a healthy and better life. What is the best way to achieve this? Automatically, your body will cooperate with you. Okay, let's just do this. Let's not do this. I'm not ready for this. Your body will tell you multiple things and you need to parent it that, okay, I'm understanding this. Let's do this for now and then we'll do this later. Your bad habits, you will not be able to leave them immediately. But what you can do is that you can approach yourself in a more nurturing way where you're not hyper focused on results, on tasks, but more on how you can sustainably do something. For me, what I do is that I don't force myself into anything. Walking is not the most efficient way in losing weight, but I was not ready for any other workouts. Even though walking is the least efficient, is the most sustainable, but it's the least efficient way. And I was ready for it for the long term. So I was like, okay, I will just do this, even though other people might say, that's so stupid. You achieved in 2 years what other people achieve in 6 months or maybe 3 months. But achieving it early is not the point here. Achieving it sustainably for a long term, in a way that it just shapes your whole life. That's important to me. And that mindset can only come with when you establish systems and not goals. You're not hyper focused on a particular task that you neglect everything that your body is saying and everything that everyone else around you is saying. And you will not be able to keep up with that anyway. When I used to have that mindset, all the weight I lost just somehow came back and 10 plus more. Another thing that helped me immensely is that I learned how to take a chill on life. Most of the time we procrastinate when I told you I'm overwhelmed with the information and I'm overwhelmed with the task. But now I've learned to take a chill. Okay, it's not that that big shot. I will learn it. I will know when I get into it. I will learn along the way. It's okay, nothing is too serious. We are all going to the same place. The one I'm trying to impress and myself, you're going to the same place. Whatever thing you're thinking, whatever task you have at hand, whatever exams or accomplishments that you want to have, I must do this perfectly. This must be done in this way, perfectly. Life is not so serious. It's just sometimes it gets serious, sometimes you don't get serious, but overall life is just so chill. Workouts and walking is less about weight and losing weight and more about living a better quality of life. So don't get into the misunderstanding that if you're thin and slim, you don't need to work out. You do need to work out. You do need to be physically active to live a better quality of life. Workouts is not about, or being physically active it has nothing to do with just losing fat. It's basically the outlook you'll have on life 20-50 years down the line when you'll be old and you'll be fit and strong. It is such a small thing, and the benefits it can have onto your life is so amazing. It could be just walking. It could be just playing football. It could be just doing archery or walking. You could say walking is the bottom line. And it's so nice to be active, sweat, and the happiness levels it will give you. You don't need to force yourself to be productive or motivated. You will eventually feel productive and motivated. I have journaled since I was very young, and all the mess in my mind, I just dump it there, and it's a day and night difference. It could be the reason between your success and failure, because your mind can only do so much at one time. So the rest of the things you need to dump into the journal so that it gets cleared out. Write journals, write memos so that you stay organized, you stay focused on the goal, because there are things that I need to do, but since there are so many things that are going on at the same time, I don't remember most of it, or I don't understand the gravity of how importantly this needs to be done. For me, I always keep a memo and a journal near my bedside at all times. And even in my mobile phone that's synced with my laptop. So wherever I am, I always have a memo or a journal with me at all times. Look, getting out of your lazy girl era is not something that will happen overnight. Okay, all the tips that I said in this video are things that I applied on myself, and all these things now feel like second nature to me. But that does not mean that I started doing them all at once. Never. I started one thing. It's initially started with me writing journals, and then me working out, and then me taking initiatives more and thinking later. And then overall, it just turned into a snowball effect where I just started adopting more habits because I was happier, I was more motivated and more productive, one way or the other. And then I started adopting more and more habits, so it just became a snowball effect. I'm telling you, I don't have a perfect life, but I'm way much more productive personally than how I was 2 years before, 3 years before. It's a complete shift, which happened very gradually, but the person that I'm right now is way better than the person I was 2 years ago, maybe even 1 year ago. And that 1 year ago person was way better than how she was 2 years ago. So these things happen gradually, and they are more realistic and sustainable. You want to build systems that are sustainable. You don't have to go all in. It's not a sprint. It's basically a marathon. That just goes on forever. Just take a chill on life and don't focus on standards, on what other people said. Don't force an ideal on yourself. Just try to be a better version of yourself, a little bit better version of yourself each day, each minute. That's basically it. I don't have any ideals because I just try to achieve a better version of myself than I was before. That's all. Anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you found a few valuable tips in this video. These are the tips that I personally applied on myself, and life's been really good, and I hope that you found them helpful. So if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.